Hey there, Russ here. Excuse me. Welcome back to the shop. Okay, before we get into this video, real quick, let's get the graffiti out of the way. There's a close-up of my cup. As you can see, I'm a professional. I got that coffee cup from you-know-who. I guess she was trying to tell me something. She gave it to me a long time ago when she first knew me. I suspect she probably had me figured out from day one, apparently. So, oh, and the other thing is my t-shirt. Yes, it's one of my favorite, and again, came from you-know-who, so she says that definitely is me. Anyway, so hopefully you can read that too. If you have any questions about them, just let me know. So let's talk about why you actually stopped by to see me. And that is about my bench vise. This is the same bench vise I did a couple of videos ago about blind holes and keeping them cleaned out by drilling a hole at the bottom, vertical to the horizontal to this hole, so that you can get the dust out of it. Anyway, I'll leave a link to that in the description. But when I got done with that video, I had a gentleman named Hai Yanta, I think is his name. He's from Thailand. He has a small channel, 3 or 4 videos on there, but they're very interesting. But he told me that he tried to use a threaded rod that he attached to the bottom of his dowels, and he tried to have some kind of threads in there to screw it in and out to the height he wanted. And that got me to thinking about that. He said that it was just a lot of trouble trying to get it to work right. So I decided maybe that wasn't a bad idea, so I thought maybe I'll give that a try. So that's what I did here. I took this is the same board, nothing fancy, just I started with a 2x4 for a jaw. Drilled these 3 holes to line up to my bench dog holes on my workbench, so I have some clamping capabilities on it. And then what I decided to do is the bench dog holes work good the way I showed it to you the other day. But I was in thinking about what he said. What I ended up doing is I took my 5/8 spade bit and I finished drilling this hole out with a 5/8. Now this is 3/4, this was 5/8. That's the size you need in order to use a thread. So what I did was I took my tap, and this is the die, and I have the 2 taps that came with it. This is the 3/4 inch size. This is a very common brand name. I can't remember the name of it. It's not too expensive. I think around $40. But I bought that a long time ago, so I happen to already have it. So to make these dowels, what I ended up doing was I drilled the hole out, then I tapped it with that tap to give me threads in the bottom half to hold a threaded dowel that has threads cut in it from that die to a 3/4 inch dowel. So it has 1.5 inch threads on the bottom. This width is about 3 inches total. The bottom of this hole is 1.5 inches from the top. So now what I can do is I can put this in the hole, and I have this to where it holds it. But it has these threads that line up to the threads down there, and I can now just screw this in, so I can actually adjust the height of this so I can get it as high as I want, but have it to the right height for how thick that board is, and have it still below the board, like if I'm planing or something or sanding. So I like the adjustable dowel capability. I also took, besides the threads on it, I also put a slot in this end, and this one I marked the top because this one actually is a 1/2 inch shorter than these 2. That's because of all the hardware that's on the vise itself. It's right below this dog. This board is notched out around all that hardware, so it would set down a little lower. And so to do this one, I had to make it shorter. So I marked it so I don't accidentally put the wrong one in the wrong place. But the slot is also, I could have done, maybe put a Phillips screw in there or a torque head screw. Then I could have used a torque screw tool or something. But I decided the slot was best because not only can I just grab a flat screw head screwdriver anywhere around the shop, and I do carry a small one in my work apron, so I always have a screwdriver with me most of the time. But also, in a pinch, you can use a chisel. You're not going to hurt a chisel to throw it in there and turn it in and out. Or you can even take a little 6-inch ruler and set it down in there and use it. So the slot is versatile. I can get almost anything. As long as I can get something in that slot to break it loose, once I get it up a little bit, this one works real good. These two are a little stiff yet, so I got to do a little more wax. I put furniture wax on it, and I sanded the hole inside a little bit extra to make sure that everything works smoothly and that the dowel went in and out smoothly. So it makes for a good fitting dowel that works smoothly. So you do have to work at that a little bit once you get them going. But this works very well. Eventually I'll get these two to work also, but I was so anxious to show this to you. I haven't quite finished these two up yet, even though they do work and they function. But I like that because now they're not filling up with dirt and sawdust. And when I need it, it's easy enough to turn it out and get it up to the height exactly that I need. And it's out of my way when I don't need it. So this worked out real well. If you have any questions about how to do this, and in order to do this, all I did was use the 5/8 spade bit, and I dropped it in the hole centered, and finished drilling it out with a 5/8. And that's the size you need for the tap, for a 3/4 inch tap to go into it. So that made the hole real easy to make. And it didn't take me another 15 minutes to do all of this. Now, when I did these dowels, like always, I did drop it into my boiled linseed oil overnight, about 2 inches deep, so that the end of the dowel was soaked with boiled linseed oil. Then when I put the threads on, it made that a little easier to do. So you want to keep that in mind. I think that's all the little hints that you need about it. But actually, Hai, this is a good idea. I like these. So now I don't have to worry about them filling up, and I can set them to whatever height I want pretty quickly and use them as a stop pretty easily. So if you get a chance, check out Hai's channel. If you go to my home page, my home channel, to the home page, on the featured channels that I have, he is listed there also. So if you're not sure how to find him, or if you see him in one of my comments, because he comments for me all the time. He's quite the little fella anyway. But if you get a chance, don't be afraid to say hi to him too. And like I said, check out his channels. He's got a couple of pretty cool videos out there that I think you may like. Another language, so you can mute it, and it's okay if you don't speak the language that he does in Thailand. So, but anyway, that's the whole thing. I really like it. It was a great idea. If you have any ideas, suggestions, comments, or ways that you do things, remember, most of the videos I end up doing, half the time, they come from you guys. And you guys are pretty smart fellows in your own right, quite honestly. So, and I pick up a lot of great ideas from everybody else, just like this one. So, anyway, leave the comments. It lets me know what's going on and what you're thinking. It helps me and you for future videos. If you like this video, or you learned something here, or even if you didn't like it, but I made you smile, hit that like button. I'm determined to hit 100% likes one of these days. Today could be the day with your help, so hit that like button. Anyway, most importantly though, please come back again, because as you probably already know, I'm nowhere near done. Thanks, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye.